The first alert appeared on a small screen inside an Imperial monitoring station. A single red dot blinked on the edge of the Empire's border. At first, the operator thought it was a normal mistake in the sensors. Border sensors sometimes showed small errors when space storms moved through the region. But this time, the red dot did not go away. It grew brighter. It moved closer. And it moved with a speed no known ship in the Empire could reach. The operator froze. He checked the data again and again, hoping it would disappear. But the system confirmed it. An unidentified vessel had crossed into Imperial space without permission. No registration code. No signature. No identification. Nothing. Just silence and speed. He quickly called his commander, and within seconds the entire monitoring station was on full alert. The Empire never allowed anything unknown to enter their territory. Their borders were strong, guarded by thousands of ships and millions of drones. Nothing crossed without being scanned, stopped, and controlled. But this vessel ignored everything. It flew through the border shield like the shield was not even there. It did not slow down. It did not react to any warning messages. It just came forward with steady movement, like it already knew where it was going. News reached the nearest patrol fleet. Admiral Red Hose was the first High Commander to see the live visuals. He watched the strange object on a holographic screen. It was dark, smooth, and completely silent. No engines were visible. No windows. No markings. It looked like a giant piece of night drifting through space. Even the scanners failed to understand it. Every reading came back empty or confused. Admiral Red Hose felt something he had not felt in many years. Fear. He had seen wars. He had fought pirates. He had commanded fleets that destroyed whole rebel systems. But this was different. This vessel did not behave like anything he knew. It moved like it did not care about the Empire at all. Like the Empire was nothing to it. He ordered a communication attempt. The message was sent again and again across all channels. Unknown vessel. Identify yourself. You are entering Imperial territory. Respond immediately. But the vessel replied with silence. The Empire sent drones to surround it. They flew around the object, scanning it from every angle. But the scanners could not read anything. It was like the vessel was made of something outside their knowledge. Even the strongest energy scanners could not find an engine source. The drones recorded strange vibrations coming from the ship, but they could not explain what they were. Then something even more frightening happened. Every drone around the vessel suddenly shut down at the same moment. Their screens went black. Their systems died instantly, like someone had turned off their power from inside. The drones floated silently around the vessel, dead in space. Inside the command ship, officers started whispering. They did not understand how one ship could shut down Imperial technology so easily. Admiral Red Hose looked at his officers. Their faces were pale. Their hands shook. This was not normal. This was something dangerous. The Empire raised the emergency level. Civilian communication was blocked. All border fleets were told to prepare for possible conflict. Billions of people across the Empire felt a silent tension in the air, even though they did not know the truth yet. The vessel continued to move deeper into the Empire without stopping. It passed defense stations like they were invisible. It passed fleet checkpoints without slowing down. No weapon fired at it because no commander wanted to be the first to start a war with something they did not understand. Finally, the Imperial Senate received the full report. The senators argued in fear. Many of them believed this was a new enemy force. Some believed it was a machine race from beyond the galaxy. Some even thought it was a ghost ship from ancient times. But none of them knew the truth, so fear grew stronger with every minute. The Emperor himself asked Admiral Red Hose one question. Can this vessel be stopped? Red Hose answered honestly. No, my Emperor. Our weapons do nothing. Our scanners read nothing. Our drones die the moment they touch it. We do not even know if someone is inside the ship. Silence filled the Senate chamber. But deep inside the Imperial archives, old records were being opened. Records that most citizens had never heard about. Records of an ancient enemy that once shook the Empire. A species that fought with impossible strength. A species that vanished 10,000 years ago. Humans. Their last known vessel had disappeared before the final battle. The Empire believed they had destroyed all human forces. They believed humanity was extinct. But now, the unidentified vessel showed the same strange energy patterns found in old human ships. The Emperor stared at the data in disbelief. "If this is human," he whispered, "then the galaxy is in danger again." The mysterious vessel moved to the edge of a dead star system and stopped for the first time. The entire Empire held its breath. No one knew what it would do next. No one knew if this was the beginning of peace, or the return of an ancient war. And for the first time in centuries, the Empire felt real fear. The Imperial fleet tried to follow the mysterious vessel, but it moved faster than any ship in the Empire. Every attempt to catch up failed. The ship did not fight, did not hide, it just moved with purpose. Scientists studied its energy trail. They could not explain it. It seemed alive, as if it could think faster than any human or alien mind. Imperial scientists sent probes to scan the ship more closely. Every probe returned damaged or destroyed, sometimes within minutes. Nothing could touch the vessel. The fleet could only watch it from a distance, helpless. Officers whispered rumors about the ship. Some believed it carried weapons beyond imagination. Others thought it might carry an entire army hidden inside. The humans aboard the vessel were not like the Empire had imagined. Records showed humans were weak when enslaved or scattered. But this ship, this single vessel, moved with confidence. It was controlled by intelligence the Empire could not understand. Imperial analysts began comparing the ship to ancient human warships found in old records. They found similarities. Energy shields, propulsion methods, and even the shape of the hull were faintly familiar. The Empire's greatest minds realized a terrifying truth. Humanity was not destroyed. It had only hidden, evolving in secret, becoming stronger than the Empire could imagine. Admiral Redhose received an urgent message from the Emperor. "We need answers. Who is controlling that vessel? What do they want? Find out before it is too late." Redhose organized a special team of the Empire's best intelligence officers. They monitored communications, scanned the ship, and tried to predict its movements. But the ship did not follow any known pattern. It moved as if it already knew the Empire's plans. Every trap the Empire set failed. Every weapon fired missed. The humans inside were always one step ahead. Meanwhile, fear spread among the citizens. News broadcasts hinted at an unknown threat approaching. Markets slowed. People whispered in streets. Some families left their homes near strategic stations, hoping to avoid whatever was coming. Panic grew quietly, like a shadow in the galaxy. Within the Imperial Senate, debates grew louder. Some senators wanted to attack immediately, to destroy the unknown vessel before it could reach the core systems. Others argued for caution, worried that attacking could start a war they could not win. The Emperor remained silent, watching the reports come in, thinking of the ancient wars against humanity. He remembered how humans had fought not just with weapons, but with courage and cunning. The vessel finally stopped near a small, dead star system. It hovered silently, as if it were observing something. Imperial sensors detected a sudden release of drones from the ship. They spread across space like tiny black stars. The Empire assumed an attack was coming, but the drones did not fire. Instead, they scanned the area, studying, collecting data. Imperial commanders realized that this was not a normal warship. This was a ship designed for something more, something the Empire did not understand. They had always feared humans, but now the fear returned stronger than ever. Admiral Redhose sent one last message. "This is no ordinary enemy. This is human. And they are not here to negotiate. Prepare the fleets. The Empire may face a war it cannot win." At that moment, the mysterious vessel emitted a pulse of energy. It lit the dead star system like a small sun. Every sensor in the area went wild. The Empire could only watch, frozen with fear, as the pulse faded. The humans had arrived. And the Empire realized that the galaxy would never be the same again. The Imperial Senate was in chaos. Reports of the mysterious vessel and its unstoppable movement spread like fire through the halls. Senators shouted over each other, demanding answers, blaming commanders, and accusing each other of weakness. Some called for an immediate strike. Others begged for patience. But no one knew what patience could do against an enemy no one understood. In the Emperor's private chamber, A holographic display showed the ship hovering near the dead star system. The Emperor stared at it silently, recalling old records hidden in the Imperial archives. Ancient texts described humans as fighters who could not be stopped. They had once faced the full might of the Empire and had survived, somehow defeating armies far larger than their own. Now, these humans had returned, not as rebels or slaves, but as something evolved, something terrifyingly powerful. Admiral Redhose stood by the Emperor's side. "Your Majesty," he said, "our fleets cannot reach it. Every strategy fails. Every attempt to attack is wasted. We are not ready for what is coming." The Emperor's face remained calm, but his voice carried weight. "Then we must learn more. Find their intentions. Study the vessel. We cannot let fear control our actions." Imperial scientists worked day and night. They studied the ship's energy signatures, trying to understand its power source. It was like nothing they had ever seen. The vessel's shields were impervious. Its propulsion ignored all known physics. And every sensor that tried to penetrate the hull returned only static or scrambled images. It was as if the ship itself was alive, thinking faster than any crew the Empire had ever known. Meanwhile, Imperial spies monitored the galaxy for any sign of other human colonies. Hidden records suggested humans had been scattered across distant systems after the last war. Some had been enslaved by the Empire. Others were lost entirely. Could this vessel be looking for them? Or was it searching for something else, something the Empire had taken centuries ago? The fleet prepared for war, but unease grew among the officers. Pilots and commanders whispered stories of old human tactics, how humans had used clever strategies, traps, and surprise attacks to win impossible battles. Now, the Empire faced a foe who might have mastered those strategies beyond imagination. Within the Senate, fear turned to panic. Senators argued over every detail, every possible response. Some suggested retreating from border systems. Others demanded the construction of new superweapons, faster than the humans could reach. But time was slipping away. The vessel moved with purpose, and no one could predict its next move. Admiral Redhose convened his top commanders. "We are not dealing with normal enemies," he said. "We are dealing with a species that has survived every challenge. They are patient, intelligent, and unstoppable. If we underestimate them, we will lose everything." Orders were sent to all fleets: maintain a defensive formation, avoid direct engagement, and observe. Every ship was ready to fire at a moment's notice, but no one wanted to start a battle they could not win. Even the Emperor knew that one wrong decision could trigger the return of an ancient war. Deep within the mysterious vessel, unseen by Imperial eyes, strange lights flickered across control panels. Machines hummed quietly. Something moved with purpose, scanning, analyzing, and preparing. The humans inside were calm, confident, and silent. They had waited long for this moment. They knew the Empire would panic, but they also knew patience was their greatest weapon. The vessel's drones continued to explore the nearby systems. They did not attack, but every move was precise. Every scan seemed to have meaning. Imperial analysts tried to interpret the data, but the humans' methods were far beyond the Empire's understanding. In one of the outer colonies, old historians noticed the energy patterns. They whispered to each other, realizing the impossible truth: humanity had returned. Not weak and scattered, but evolved, advanced, and unstoppable. The old stories, once dismissed as legend, were true. The humans had survived, hidden, and had now returned to reclaim what was theirs. Admiral Redhose knew the Empire was on the edge. He stood before the Emperor again and said, "Your Majesty, we are facing more than a ship. We are facing the return of humanity itself. And I fear the galaxy is not ready for them." The Emperor's eyes narrowed. He looked at the vessel on the hologram, knowing that centuries of power could not guarantee safety. The humans were here. The Empire was awake to its old fear. And the galaxy was about to change forever. The mysterious vessel had stopped near a dead star system for hours. Imperial commanders waited nervously, unsure of its next move. Then, without warning, strange machines emerged from the ship. They floated silently in space, black and sharp-edged, spreading out like shadows over the empty stars. The Empire assumed they were weapons. Every fleet prepared for battle. Every station raised shields. Every soldier gripped their controls tightly. But the machines did not attack. They moved slowly, scanning the system, recording, analyzing. It was like they were searching for something hidden, something ancient. The Empire could not understand their purpose. Every attempt to communicate failed. Every probe sent toward the machines stopped working the moment it approached. It was as if the humans inside the vessel were one step ahead at all times. The Emperor watched from the throne. His eyes narrowed. "They are not just a ship," he said. "This is an intelligence. It learns. It observes. And it knows what we are doing before we act." Admiral Redhose ordered closer surveillance. Every Imperial drone, every sensor, every fleet was focused on the strange machines. The vessel itself remained still, hovering with calm precision. The humans inside did not rush. They moved with patience, with a confidence that terrified even the most seasoned officers. The Empire's scientists could not explain the technology. The machines operated in ways that ignored physics, defied energy limits, and seemed almost alive. Every analysis ended with the same conclusion. The humans had evolved. They had become something beyond simple soldiers or ships. They were superior. Meanwhile, the vessels in nearby sectors reported unusual energy readings. Some reported faint pulses of light, others strange vibrations that shook their systems. Imperial pilots whispered among themselves, "It is studying us, waiting, learning." The feeling of being watched was everywhere. Inside the mysterious vessel, humans moved silently. Their faces were calm, focused. They examined maps of star systems, analyzed the Empire's fleets, and sent small drones to search for ancient human colonies scattered across the galaxy. They had waited for centuries for this moment. Now the Empire was in their hands. Every step the humans took was measured, calculated, and inevitable. Back in the Imperial Senate, panic spread even faster. Every senator feared the reports. The Emperor had warned them about humanity before, but none had truly believed it. Now, with machines spreading through their space, the fear became real. Some senators called for total destruction of the vessel. Others warned that such an attack would be suicide. No one knew what to do. Admiral Redhose watched the vessel silently. "They are not attacking yet," he said to his officers. "But we are running out of time. Every moment they stay here, they learn more. We must understand them before it is too late." The vessel emitted a soft pulse of energy across the system. It lit the dead stars like faint lightning. All Imperial sensors went wild. Communications broke down temporarily. The Empire realized that this pulse was not a weapon, but a scanning wave. It measured everything. Fleets, stations, even the minds of the people who controlled them. The humans had returned with purpose. They were not here to negotiate. They were not here to flee. They were here to reclaim what was theirs. The Empire had enslaved human colonies centuries ago, spreading fear and cruelty across the stars. Now, those humans had returned, stronger than ever, and ready to act. Admiral Redhose could only watch. "This is bigger than war," he said quietly. "This is the awakening of a species the galaxy thought was gone. And we are standing in their way." The mysterious vessel remained silent, still, and calm. But the Empire knew the truth. Patience was the humans' greatest weapon. Every scan, every movement, every pulse was part of a plan they could not yet see. And when that plan was revealed, the galaxy would tremble. The first step had been taken. The humans were here. The Empire could only prepare and pray. Days passed as the mysterious vessel hovered near the dead star system. The Empire's fleets remained on alert, but the humans inside did not make a move to attack. Then, a signal appeared on every Imperial communication channel. It was simple, direct, and chilling. "We seek the lost colonies. Return what you took." The message was short, but it shook the Empire to its core. Senators whispered in fear. Fleet commanders stared at their screens in disbelief. This was not a negotiation. It was a demand. And it came from a species they believed extinct. Admiral Redhose called an emergency meeting with the Emperor and his top commanders. "They are asking for what we took centuries ago," he said. "The humans are not attacking yet, but they are already reclaiming what is theirs. This is not a threat we can ignore." Scientists studied the communication. The human signal was unlike anything the Empire had seen. It was encrypted in ways that made Imperial machines struggle to decode it. But the meaning was clear. They were organized, intelligent, and patient. They knew what the Empire had done, and they had returned to make it right. Meanwhile, the humans inside the vessel prepared for the next step. Their drones spread out across nearby systems, scanning every planet, every station, every fleet. Nothing escaped their observation. The humans were calm, focused, and methodical. Every movement was calculated. Every scan was purposeful. Imperial officers tried to respond. Messages were sent, offering negotiations, promising peace, and even surrendering certain territories. But the humans did not reply. They were not interested in words. They were interested in the truth, and they would act only when their goals were ready to be fulfilled. Fear spread across the Empire like wildfire. Citizens watched the emergency broadcasts in silence. Parents held their children tightly. Soldiers whispered stories of old human wars, wondering if the legends were true. Could humanity have survived? Could they really be back after 10,000 years? And if so, what power had they gained in that time? Admiral Redhose realized something frightening. "We are not dealing with a single ship," he said to his commanders. "We are dealing with a species. And they are awake. They remember everything we did to them, and they are patient. They will not stop." The human silence was a weapon in itself. The Empire expected attacks, chaos, or destruction. But none came. Only calm, only observation, only intelligence gathering. Every Imperial plan was anticipated. Every response was measured. In one of the outer colonies, sensors detected ancient human colonies that had been hidden for centuries. The humans' drones scanned them carefully, confirming their locations, their technology, and their people. It was clear that this was not just a mission. It was a reclaiming. Every human ship, every drone, every calculation pointed toward a single purpose: justice. The Emperor addressed the Senate. His voice was steady, but the tension in the room was palpable. "We face an enemy unlike any before. They are not interested in negotiation. They are not interested in fear. They are humans. And they are here for what belongs to them." The mysterious vessel pulsed with energy once again. It lit up the dead star system like a distant sun. Imperial sensors went wild. Every fleet felt the presence of something greater than technology, something alive, something unstoppable. Admiral Redhose watched silently. He knew that the Empire had faced many enemies in the past. But this was different. Humanity had returned. Patient, intelligent, and unstoppable. And the galaxy would soon learn the meaning of fear that had been forgotten for centuries. The humans were here. They had made their demand. And the Empire had no choice but to prepare for the consequences. The Empire waited, tense and silent, as the mysterious vessel continued its scans. Days turned into nights, but the humans made no sudden moves. Then the truth began to emerge. Imperial scientists discovered patterns in the vessel's behavior. Every drone, every pulse, every movement was precise. The humans were not here to destroy randomly. They were here to reclaim what had been taken from them centuries ago. The Empire's records, hidden deep in the archives, revealed a horrifying reality. Many human colonies had been enslaved, conquered, or erased. And now, the humans had returned to correct that injustice. Admiral Redhose studied the data. "They are not just ships," he said. "They are carriers of knowledge, history, and power. Every system they scan, every planet they visit, they are learning what was taken from them. And they will act accordingly." The Emperor gathered his closest advisors. "We believed humanity was extinct," he said. "But they were hiding. They have grown stronger. They have waited. And now they are ready to reclaim the galaxy." Imperial analysts confirmed it. The humans had advanced far beyond the Empire's expectations. Their vessels could manipulate energy in ways the Empire thought impossible. Their shields were nearly impenetrable. Their weapons operated with precision beyond calculation. Every encounter would be overwhelming, if it came to war. Meanwhile, the humans inside the vessel prepared their next steps. They sent out scouting drones to search for ancient colonies scattered across the galaxy. Each drone returned with precise coordinates, descriptions of technology, and details of Imperial occupation. The humans had patience. They had knowledge. They had strategy. In the Empire, panic grew. Some fleets proposed preemptive strikes. Others warned that attacking would bring total destruction. The Emperor listened carefully. "We cannot fight what we do not understand," he said. "We must prepare, but we must also learn what they want. This is not just war, it is the awakening of a species." Admiral Redhose watched as the mysterious vessel activated a massive energy pulse. Unlike previous pulses, this one was directed. It spread across nearby systems, touching every fleet, every station, and even planetary defenses. The Empire's weapons and shields recorded the pulse but could not resist it. It was not destructive, it was a message. A demonstration of control. The humans had evolved beyond mere force. They had become masters of strategy and technology, able to manipulate entire star systems without firing a single shot. And the Empire realized, with growing fear, that every action the humans had taken was deliberate. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was accidental. In a secret meeting, Imperial intelligence officers revealed what the humans demanded. "They want justice," one officer said. "They want the colonies returned. They want the Empire to admit its crimes. They will act against anyone who refuses." The Emperor leaned back, silent for a long moment. Then he spoke softly, almost to himself. "We believed humanity was gone. We thought fear was over. But we were wrong. And soon, the galaxy will learn why humans were once feared above all others." Admiral Redhose turned to the fleet commanders. "Prepare for anything," he said. "But understand this. These humans are not just enemies. They are the past coming to reclaim the future. And we are standing in their way." The mysterious vessel remained still, calm, and silent. Its drones continued to explore, scanning every corner of space. But everyone in the Empire knew the truth. The humans had returned. They had waited. They had prepared. And when they acted, nothing would be the same again. The first warning had passed. The real confrontation was still ahead. And the galaxy trembled in anticipation. The galaxy waited. Every fleet, every station, every citizen knew that something was coming. The mysterious vessel remained near the dead star system, silent but alive with unseen activity. Imperial fleets held their positions, but tension hung heavier than ever. The humans had revealed part of their purpose. They wanted what was taken, but their full plan was still hidden. Then the first human dreadnoughts appeared on the edge of Imperial space. Massive, black, and shining with strange energy, they moved like predators among the stars. Each ship was a fortress, yet elegant and fast. Imperial commanders stared at the readings in disbelief. Their weapons, once the pride of the Empire, could not penetrate the shields. Every calculation failed. Every plan seemed useless. Admiral Redhose gathered his commanders. "We are about to face the force we have feared for centuries," he said quietly. "This is humanity, fully awakened, fully prepared, and far beyond what we imagined." The humans did not attack immediately. They formed their fleets in a precise, almost ceremonial alignment. Their drones spread across the system, scanning, measuring, waiting. It was clear that their strategy was not just destruction, it was judgment. The Empire realized that every action the humans had taken, every pulse, every scan, every movement, was part of a plan that would reshape the galaxy. Messages came from the mysterious vessel again. The humans spoke simply, clearly, and without threat. The Empire took what was ours. Return it. Admit your crimes. Stop resisting, and fewer will fall. The Emperor's voice trembled as he addressed his senators. We are no longer in control. Humanity has returned. They are patient. They are strong. And they are not afraid. Pilots whispered in fear and awe. Soldiers held their weapons tightly, unsure if they could even fire effectively. Citizens hid, praying that this new chapter of history would spare them. The galaxy, as vast and powerful as it was, held its breath. Admiral Redhose stared at the human dreadnoughts forming beyond the system. We thought humans were gone, he said, his voice low. We thought we had won. But they are back. And the Empire will soon learn why humanity was once feared above all. The humans' vessels pulsed with energy, sending waves across the stars. It was not a threat. It was a promise. Every system the humans touched would know their presence. Every fleet the Empire held would feel their might. And when the full human fleet arrived, no one would stand unshaken. The Emperor realized, too late, that the galaxy had changed forever. The humans had returned. They were patient, intelligent, and unstoppable. The Empire's centuries of power, strategy, and control meant nothing against them. And then, in silence, the humans prepared to take the next step. The first battle had not yet begun. But the standoff itself was enough to send shivers across every world. The galaxy had waited 10,000 years for this moment. And now, humanity had come back to reclaim it all. The stars seemed to hold their breath. The humans were here. And the Empire would soon learn the true meaning of fear.